Asmongold is often in the news, so today we're doing a recap of all the drama and news around Asmongold in the past few weeks. This is a compilation video, and there are chapters in the description to help you find any specific news story you'd like. With that said, let's get started. Asmongold is back in the news again. That's right, Twitch's #1 political streamer has found himself at odds with the platform. Asmongold was talking on stream the other day where he said that Twitch is kind of irrelevant for growing an audience. What I really care about is YouTube and doing well on YouTube. I think that Twitch streams in general are kind of irrelevant. Now you might know Asmongold tends to talk on things for a long time. He'll take a 10-second argument and he'll stretch it out over 45 minutes. But the short version is that Asmongold thinks that Twitch is not exactly the best for discovery and growing your audience, and that he prefers other platforms and thinks that other platforms do a better job with helping you grow your audience. Now Asmongold clarified that in his response to Dexerto's tweet here, where he said, "This is less of a criticism of Twitch and more of live streaming as a whole. Because of the transient nature of live streaming, it's great at engaging an existing audience, but terrible at growing one. Personally, I attribute a lot of my success to YouTube and my editing team." So what he means here by the transient nature of live streaming is that when you're live streaming, when you're a live streamer, you are only live for a few hours a day, right? If you stream 8 hours a day, your only chance to get more people to watch your stream is if they log onto that site and find your stream during the 8 hours that you're live, which obviously is a lot harder than posting a YouTube video and having people find it throughout the day on their own time. And YouTube videos live forever. People can find them years down the road and it will still be there. Whereas a Twitch stream, sure, people could technically watch a Twitch VOD, but I don't think that anybody actually goes out of their way to do that if they can avoid it, because Twitch's entire VOD system is not very good. And on top of all of that, Twitch also doesn't have the best discoverability in general, right? In order to grow your audience on Twitch, you kind of need to have an audience already, because the way that Twitch is structured, it pushes the top streamers, the streamers with the most people already watching them, to the top of the list. And that also, on top of only being live for a few hours a day, hurts your chances at growing your platform and getting an audience built up. Which leads us to Donut Operator, asking Asmongold, "Serious question, if I wanted to start streaming again, what platform would you suggest?" Now, do you think that Asmongold's gonna say Twitch? Because the answer is gonna shock you. Asmongold says, "Honestly, man, with your content and all, I'd multi-stream to YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch in that order of importance. A long time ago, there used to be more rules on exclusivity, but now that they're gone, there's almost no incentive to stay on one platform." To which Donut Operator said, "Roger Dodger." If you actually think about this tweet here from Asmongold, he is correct. There is no reason to just stream on one site anymore with the exclusivity deals gone, especially when you consider that sites like Kick offer a much better revenue share for the creator than Twitch does. So I don't really know what Twitch brings to the table anymore, except just being one of the biggest live streaming sites. However, to address the elephant in the room, I do think that Asmongold puts Twitch at the end of this recommendation because Donut Operator's content is fairly right-wing, you know, firearms and stuff, and I think that Asmongold knows for a fact that that stuff wouldn't fly on Twitch. As you may know, Twitch has kind of a left-wing problem right now, with some of the top streamers, including Hassan, being very, very, very far left and espousing opinions that would, if somebody was on the opposite political aisle and saying the equivalent thing, would get them banned, but somehow on the far left you don't get banned for anything. But I guess the moral of the story is, don't use Twitch to grow an audience. Don't stream on Twitch if you want to grow your audience. Stream somewhere else, preferably YouTube, because as Asmongold says, it's easier to grow your audience. And I agree with him. I think 100% it makes sense to stream on YouTube, because even if you're live streaming on YouTube, that live stream immediately can become a VOD, a video that anybody can watch years down the line and it stays there forever. It's not just while you're live. It's not just you're waiting on people to click into your live stream as you're physically live. YouTube just has a longer shelf life for all sorts of videos, including live streams. So I think Asmon is 100% correct when he says that people should use YouTube to grow their audience and that YouTube is a big part of his success. What do you guys think though? Do you think that Asmongold is right? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Pretty soon here, I'm gonna let y'all know about like multi-streaming probably in like the next week or so. I'll give you all a date on it, and then we're gonna get into it. That way, you know, like things can keep going, and you know, we keep farming, etc. So don't worry about it. We're gonna get into it, and you know, all that kind of stuff is gonna happen. And so yeah, no, and also I'm not about leaving Twitch. Like, by the way, if you like watching on Twitch, nothing will change for you. What about when Twitch goes bankrupt? Well, then Kick can buy Twitch, right?
That's right, Asmongold is prepared to start multi-streaming because it seems like Asmongold is losing faith in the direction that Twitch is going. That's right, as we all know, Twitch has been in no shortage of controversies recently, but Asmongold has begun to criticize them even more harshly. Just in the past couple days, we've had 2 different incidences of streamers getting banned that probably shouldn't have been banned, and Asmongold has taken to call them out publicly. Firstly, we had the incident where VTuber Kirsch Verstaal was banned on Twitch because she read some fan fiction, and Asmongold replied to that saying, "Surely this won't call into question all of the previous bad actions on Twitch that went unpunished. It's genuinely shocking to me that Twitch executive leadership allow their moderation team to continue to destroy their brand." Asmongold's prediction that they're destroying their brand would come true again just a few days later when Twitch banned Soluminati. Now, if you don't know what happened here, Soluminati was banned because he was trash talking another Twitch streamer who was trash talking him, and honestly, I think that she more deserved a ban than he did, especially because that female streamer had done some things that were, well, let's just say she got into the personal space of some other streamers. So when Asmongold saw that they banned this guy instead of her, he responded saying, "Unironic double standards. If a guy had violated the personal space of women in the way she did, we all know what would happen. If then a woman had spoken out about it after the fact, she'd be showered with praise and support. Rightfully so. Twitch siding with weirdos again." That's right, Twitch keeps siding with weirdos, whether it's in the case of Kirsch Verstal, the case of Soluminati, the case of Asmongold versus Hassan, because we all know that Hassan has said some unhinged stuff about Asmongold recently. All of that seems to have shaken Asmongold's belief in Twitch leadership, leading to him deciding to start multi-streaming. Now, he says that he's not going to stop streaming on Twitch, and that if Twitch viewers still want to watch him on Twitch, he's going to keep streaming there. However, I think this is a smart move for him. I think him going on to Kick or Rumble, possibly both, there's no reason not to do both, honestly, would just be better because it would open up his audience and it would drastically lower the risk and effectiveness of any Twitch bans. Because we all know that the people on the moderation team at Twitch, they probably don't like Asmongold, right? I mean, if they haven't banned Hassan yet, my guess would be that they're all on the opposite side of the political spectrum from Asmongold, and they're not impartial, and they allow that to affect them in their work. Because of that, Asmongold really isn't safe streaming on Twitch. It's not a safe place for him to stream because they could drop the ban hammer on him at any point if he slips up just a tiny bit, whereas other streamers get massive leeway to say whatever they want, even if what they're saying is in direct violation of the Twitch terms of service. So I think it's a good move for him to try streaming on other platforms as well. Not only does it provide him some insurance, it also will help him grow his audience. Now, I know Asmongold's audience is already pretty big because just the other day we found out that Asmongold is one of the top 10 most searched terms on YouTube this year, ranking at number 8. That's right, Asmongold's above the NBA and Kendrick Lamar. So he's already pretty popular on YouTube. However, he can't really stream on YouTube because YouTube has automatic content claim features, which make it a lot harder for people to react to other people's videos. And if you know anything about Asmongold, he does like a good react. So anyway, I hope he does this. I hope he goes through with it, and I hope it works out well because it will be a good start to the end of Twitch. If Asmongold starts multi-streaming, it's going to popularize it. A whole lot of other Twitch streamers will probably follow him because they'll say, "Oh, Asmongold's doing it and he's successful. Why can't I do that?" And they'll realize they can, and they'll start doing it. And the second people start multi-streaming onto a different platform, Twitch loses all of its power. Right now, they can keep their creators in check with the threat of a ban, but once a Twitch ban stops meaning something, Twitch is going to have to actually start trying to entice creators to actually stream on their site, instead of right now being the default, which has allowed them to get away with being so anti-streamer that it's almost kind of funny up until this point. So I'm optimistic. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We've got big news here, folks. There's going to be a collaboration between Asmongold and Elon Musk, specifically X.com, as Asmongold put out a statement saying that he would be willing to help X develop their live streaming capabilities and make it into a better place for live streamers. That's right, Asmongold basically offered to help build a replacement for Twitch on X. But don't just listen to me about that, let's listen to Asmongold here.
I talked to some of the, like, one of the guys that was like working on X as well, like besides Elon, right? I talked to him a little bit, and like, if they, like, I don't know how much time I can really invest into doing this, right? But I could probably give them like at least 20 hours a week. I mean, maybe, I don't know how much time I could really go beyond that. I mean, for free, really. And if they want, like, or we could really work for like maybe like a month or so and like get the website up to par for like live streaming. I could do that. That'd be no big deal. And if asking for ad money, I don't give a fuck about money. Like, I mean, if they want to give me money, that's fine, but I don't give a fuck. The fact is that, like, again, I just think that it's better for the platform, it's better for everybody, and so I just do it for free. Like, I don't care. Like, I've already got enough money, right? And so, like, if I get more money, I get more money. But like, if not, that's okay. And so anyway, so get your damn time. Yeah, no. So if they want to hit me up and work something out, and yeah, I mean, we could get it set up, because I think honestly it probably would take about probably like 4 months of like A/B testing of like things that work and don't work. But then after that, I mean, you've already got like a number of like really good points of reference. It's probably not even that hard. I mean, I don't even think they really even need me to do it. But you know, if they wanted to take live streaming seriously, I think that X could be the place for live streaming. but they just have to do a few different things and change the UI a little bit, which would require, like, I think probably, actually, to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about with the amount of money it would cost. I really don't. It'd probably be like $30-50 million to get everything like set up and ready. Like, that's what I would assume, to like have it all programmed in and like, you know, redo the whole website, do it everywhere. Probably be like 30-50 million. So yeah.
That's right, Asmongold isn't just willing to help out Elon Musk and X, he's willing to do it for free because he thinks that X could be the home to the best live streams, because he thinks that X has the potential to be the best live streaming platform out there. It's just they need somebody to come along and tell them how exactly to design the live streaming feature, because I don't know if you've tried to watch a live stream on X, but it's pretty awful. It's actually kind of terrible. And Elon Musk actually replied to this. He saw this tweet from Yeet pointing it out, and he responded, okay, let's give it a shot. That's right, Elon Musk actually accepted Asmongold's offer to help him on the X streaming side, which I think is actually a good thing. I think that though they're an unlikely alliance, together Asmongold and Elon Musk have the potential to actually make a platform that works and doesn't have horrible moderation, because one of the big problems with Twitch is that you never know how the moderation's going to go. At least with X, you can basically do whatever you want on X, so far as it's somewhat reasonable. So I honestly think this is a good idea. Now, I don't know where Asmon's coming up with it will cost $30-50 million to do this. I feel like most of the infrastructure is already there on X. However, it's entirely possible he's right. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. What would you guys like to see from X streaming? Would you like it to be more like Twitch, more like YouTube? Let me know in the comments. Can you believe Asmongold's teaming up with Elon? Remember to like and subscribe. Asmongold was censored in the latest bbno money or bbno money music video for a song called Mary Poppins. That's right, Asmongold appeared in the music video because it was filmed a long time ago. And at the time, Asmongold was an OTK and the music video was filmed with OTK. Now, I'm not sure why bbno money wanted to film with OTK. However, why did he censor Asmongold? And how did Asmongold react? Today, we're going to find out. So if we go here to the Mary Poppins music video from bbno money, you will see at the very start of the video, there is this little disclaimer. At the time of recording, I was unaware of a certain individual's ethical beliefs. As a result, I have chosen to censor those whose values I do not support. Additionally, all funds generated by this video will be donated to some charity. Now, a lot of people, including Asmongold, actually dismiss this and say, oh, it's nothing. But this is actually a really sneaky diss towards Asmongold. This guy's basically snaking him for no reason. He was unaware of a certain individual's ethical beliefs. He doesn't even want to name him. He's treating Asmongold like Voldemort. And what ethical beliefs do you not agree with Asmongold on? Obviously, it's about Palestine, but that's not an ethical belief. That's an international geopolitical belief. This statement really rubs me the wrong way, and it just feels so snaky and so bad faith. However, it's not as bad faith as what happened in the music video. So if we go here and we look at the music video, you'll see there's Asmongold in the middle. They actually made him stand out more than anybody else because they decided to put a really crappy drawing of a lizard over his face. Again, why a lizard? Oh, is it because he's snaking out on him? I guess. And every time Asmongold appears in this music video, except for like a couple frames, his face is covered by this image. They put a lot of effort into editing him out of this when they could have just ignored it and nobody worth listening to would have complained. I mean, I'm sure some of the extremely far left people would have been upset, but to be honest with you, Asmongold's just a gamer who for some reason all these people, they treat him like Voldemort. Like I said, they wouldn't even name him. They talk about him like he's some far right lunatic. But to be honest with you, from Asmongold's opinions that I've seen, I would say he's not even right wing at all. I think he's just center left. It's just crazy to me they went to this much effort to hide Asmongold in a music video. And I think it was crazy to a lot of people. However, Asmongold actually didn't treat it like it was that big a deal. If we go here to this clip and we watch Asmongold, we can hear what he says.
No, to me, I don't really, this might be different than like a lot of other people, is that I don't expect anybody to carry my banner. I don't expect anybody to defend me. I don't expect anybody to have to, like, you know, say, oh no, I agree with him or support me or anything like that. For me, the only thing that I care about is doing what I think is the right thing. And if that's not it and people disagree with me, then that's totally their prerogative. That's it. That's fair. Yeah, and honestly, out of the entire situation, I really kind of felt bad about this because I felt like I inconvenienced them. And so I don't know. I don't have any negative ill will towards them at all. I was going to actually message him and like apologize, but I haven't really seen the video and I didn't know if they were going to upload it or not. So yeah, did you get paid? No, I just showed up.
That's right. To be honest, it was kind of a really lackluster response. You know, I get what Asmongold's going for here. He's taking the high road. He's saying he doesn't want anybody to be inconvenienced because of the way he acts. And to a certain extent, that makes sense. However, when you realize that Asmongold hasn't done anything bad at all, genuinely, all he's done is express his opinions. And even if you disagree with somebody's opinions, it's not normal to disrespect them to the point of cutting them out of your music video by putting a PNG over their head, and then also issuing a statement at the beginning of your video talking about how you're unaware of a certain individual's ethical beliefs. That's not normal. This is not a normal thing. Asmongold has nothing to apologize for, and frankly, I'm a little annoyed that he apologized for this. He should be more angry because this guy just snaked him for no reason. And I think one of the problems Asmongold has is that he's just not aggro enough. You know, he doesn't want to go after people who diss him, and I guess he probably thinks it's not worth his time, but it's always worth your time to call out a snake, especially when they're hiding in the grass like this guy is. And if you're wondering exactly why bbno did this, well, I've got one guess for you. Oh, who's this here? bbno and Hassan? Oh, weird. My guess is that bbno has decided to get in on the internet grift of pretending to be extremely far left, or at least appealing to the extreme far left people. Unfortunately for him, these kind of people usually end up eating their own, so it's probably only a couple months or years before he gets into a major controversy and they destroy him, especially because despite the fact that he put out this statement and says he wasn't aware of Asmongold's ethical beliefs, Asmongold's actually his favorite streamer. And I'm not making that up. Let's just go take a look. Now this here is bbno's performance at the Streamer Awards in 2023. Now he comes on stage and he does something interesting to tell everybody who his favorite streamer is. Let's take a look.
My favorite streamer without a dubious question is fucking Asmongold, baby.
That's right, his favorite streamer, without a dubious question, is Asmongold, baby. So how does he go from this to this? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. It's the same thing a lot of these people are doing, and they're basically just throwing away their own personal beliefs. The fact that this guy liked Asmongold, and probably still does like Asmongold to some extent, and is just faking it for the views. At least, in my opinion, that's what a lot of people do. He's decided to throw Asmongold under the bus in order to try to appeal to the far left. And now maybe that's because a lot of the people who listen to his type of music are like young women, and young women tend to be overwhelmingly extremely far left to the point it's absurd. I guess that would make sense. It might be a good career move, but it's still snaky. Right? This whole thing put a real bad taste in my mouth, and luckily I don't listen to bbno, so I can give you a full and honest opinion. I don't even like the song. To be honest, I don't even like the genre of music. So this kind of thing just completely turns me off, and it should turn anybody off because it is genuinely just snake behavior and terrible, especially because Asmongold is, according to bbno, his favorite Twitch streamer. So take that to the bank and cash it. I just wish that Asmongold was a little bit more aggro in his response. He shouldn't be so apologetic all the time, and I get he's trying to take the high road, but I just feel like it's better to call out these people when they do something as snaky and awful as this. So let me know how you guys feel in the comments. Do you think that bbno was in the right to censor Asmongold? Do you think that it was snake behavior? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Asmongold is going to kick. That's right, Asmongold is no longer going to be streaming exclusively on Twitch, but now also to kick. He is going to keep streaming on Twitch. He's just expanding his empire outwards. Today, we're going to be talking about why he's doing this and what this means for both him and Twitch. So let's jump into it. But of course, I'm not the best person to explain this. Let's listen to Asmongold talk about it himself.
I was going to talk a little bit about that with multi-streaming, because obviously I know a lot of people have been wondering and curious, like what's happening. My plan is tomorrow, I'm going to start multi-streaming on Kick. I joined the Kick Partner Program, and that's happening literally tomorrow. It is I press one button and I go live on another platform. And some of the big reasons why, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Some of the big reasons why is that I think that, and also, just in case anybody is concerned at all, nothing is going to change if you like watching on Twitch. Not a single thing. I'm going to be multi-streaming. I'm just simply streaming on Kick as well. I'm not moving over there. I'm not leaving Twitch. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just streaming on there as well.
Now let's just stop there because it's actually an important thing to mention. There's a lot of people out there posting things as if Asmongold is leaving Twitch. He's not leaving Twitch. He's going to continue to stream on Twitch just like he always has. He's just also going to be streaming on Kick, which allows him to have some stability and actually get his channel on Kick growing as well as his channel on Twitch. So it's basically just a tactic to expand his empire and make it so that he has a place that he could potentially move to if he ends up getting banned on Twitch. But we'll get to more of that in a minute.
Just join. You gonna gamble? No, I don't like gambling. Why would I gamble? No, I talked to the guys there. I've had a good relationship with them, and so we set something up, and I joined the program, and that's it. And so, yeah. And again, the reason why I didn't go to YouTube is because of DMCA. It's not feasible for me to go to YouTube.
Now, I think Asmongold actually has kind of a flawed interpretation of how DMCA works on YouTube live streaming. I think he thinks that he's going to get striked and taken down immediately if he reacts to people's videos. And for the most part, that doesn't happen. In YouTube videos, that can happen. You can be striked and be taken down. However, in YouTube live streaming, most of the time, what'll happen is your stream will just get taken down and you won't actually get any flags or anything. And in some cases, they even have a system where it will go down, but only for the time that you're playing copyrighted material, and then it will come back up. So YouTube has actually made big strides on this and handling this in live streaming recently. So I think Asmon should probably take another look at it. However, I think starting at Kick is a good idea anyway.
Like if I could do it, I would, but I'm not going to. And so I'm going to start and try and do Kick. Did you get a bag? No signing bonus or anything like that. I just joined the program and that's about it. And the reason why is that, so they introduced like a thing for a while, like Kick didn't let you multi-stream on there, or I would have done this earlier. And I think that like there are cases, like for example, you saw how like Lucy Pyre got banned and, going cheap? No, because it doesn't matter.
So when he's mentioning Lucy Pyre getting banned, that was a VTuber who was banned for no reason just the other day. Basically, she was streaming in the pools and hot tubs section, and her VTuber model had a little bit of hips showing, which, you know, is normal in the pools and hot tubs section. Now, I don't think anybody should be showing that much skin on Twitch to begin with. However, if they're going to enforce the rules, they should enforce it evenly, and Twitch has a history of not enforcing it evenly, especially with VTubers.
And so, because, like, the reason why I'm doing it is that I think that there are a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that I think multi-streaming is the future. And I think that fixating on one platform and forcing people to be exclusive on one platform is reductive for content creators. And I think that people like Destiny have shown that. I think people like, I would say Destiny is probably the best example that's shown that. And so, yeah, that's currently it.
I do think Asmongold is right there as well. Multi-streaming is definitely better than just doing regular Twitch streaming and not streaming anywhere else, because it allows you to grow your platform on other websites. And it gives you a place that you can go to if you are banned from another platform, so you're not starting from square one. It totally just makes sense.
Asmongold, I honestly, like, we talked about it for a while. I've got to make sure that I have everything set up, and then I can link you guys to channel and everything like that. So, yeah. And that's currently what the plan is, right? And competition breeds innovation. Yes, exactly. Especially a platform that bans you for any woke reason. Well, this is another big reason, right? Why I wanted to move off of and not only stream on Twitch. One of the big reasons why is straight up because of the bans. Like, I see somebody like Lucy get banned yesterday for showing like a little bit of curvature as like a VTuber model, or I see somebody not get banned for like threatening violence. And I think to myself, like, this isn't a platform that has a lot of stability to it. It just doesn't. And so, like, that's really what my focus was. And I saw that, and I just think that there's...
I'm going to stop here and just mention, when Asmon's talking about the bans that have been bothering him, we knew this because Asmongold has actually been posting a lot on different people's Twitch bans and talking about how it doesn't make sense. So in this one here, he's responding to Hassan's ban and basically saying that it didn't really make sense for them to ban Hassan for what he was banned for this time, which was reading a manifesto on stream, and not ban him for some of the other things he's done. And he ended his criticism with, make it make sense, because Twitch's enforcement doesn't actually make any sense. And then here we have Asmongold commenting on the ban of Saluminati from Twitch, and basically he was banned because he criticized some woman, and that woman went after him and had him reported and everything, and he got banned for it, despite the fact that what she did was significantly worse than what he did. And then there's even another example here. If we take a look here, this is Asmongold actually responding to Kirsch on her ban, and basically saying that it's genuinely shocking to him that the Twitch executive leadership allowed their moderation team to continue to destroy the brand. So yeah, hopefully that puts you in perspective as to why he's worried about the bans. And honestly, if he's going to get banned in the future, I would be worried about that if I was him.
And I just think that there's a good probability and a good possibility that Twitch does, and I'm being serious about this, that Twitch makes a drastic change with the way that moderation happens on their platform. And when that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of my content becomes against my, becomes against the rules. And so that's really it.
I do think that it's possible that Twitch is going to have to make some changes in the coming days, mainly because of Hassan. I don't know if you guys have been paying super close attention to the Hassan situation, but it just constantly keeps getting worse. If we go and take a look, we'll see that the ADL actually called out Hassan again, and this time is actually calling for him to be completely deplatformed entirely. I actually did a video on this just the other day, so if you want to see more of my videos, remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Anyway, that's the basic gist of why Asmongold is going to Kick. He's worried that he's going to get banned. He's worried about the way that Twitch Twitch enforcement is working, and he's thinking that it's going to cause him to get banned at some point in the future. And I 100% agree that that's a problem and something that could happen to him, because let's be honest, Asmongold has the wrong opinions. I'm not saying that his opinions are wrong. I'm saying that his opinions are wrong when you look at them from the view of Twitch moderation, which is heavily biased towards the extreme left, as you can see with their treatment of Hassan Piker, basically treating him like the golden child, whereas if Asmongold was to do even a quarter of the things that Hassan has done, he would have been permabanned right away. And I think that this image here must scare Twitch immensely. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Twitch is having a major problem with their advertisers. Streamers across the board are reporting that their advertising revenue is dropping, and a lot of that probably has to do with the way the ADL is treating Twitch and going after them because of the things that Hassan says. However, for whatever reason, Twitch is still standing behind Hassan, and so far I don't think Hassan has really changed his content, which is worrying because that's going to make the ADL keep the fire going underneath Twitch, and probably is going to lead to a bigger ad boycott. So when you consider that it seems like there's an ad boycott going on at Twitch, and now that one of their biggest streamers is going to start streaming also on their competitor, that's a bad recipe for Twitch. That basically means that there's no reason anybody who just uses Twitch to watch Asmongold, they could go to Kick, they could watch Asmongold and not have any problems. And you know, maybe they like Kick and they stick around. This is a major vector for people to transition between Twitch and Kick, something that has been missing since the beginning, because the majority of the big streamers who moved over to Kick, or at least in some of the cases, they only stream a little bit on Twitch now and mostly on Kick, but there's never been anybody Asmongold's size to start streaming on both Kick and Twitch together. That's going to create a bridge that's going to bring people over to Kick and help them grow, and Twitch is not in a growth phase right now. Twitch has been losing users, so this whole thing is a disaster for Twitch, especially because it's going to point out the differences between Twitch and Kick, and that is that Kick is less restrictive on people than Twitch is. So if Twitch bans Asmongold, Asmongold doesn't have to care because he'll almost certainly not be banned on Kick. If he's not banned on Kick and he is banned on Twitch, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Twitch because their rules and their enforcement is so biased and so completely unpredictable. Basically, it means that Twitch is going to have to be very careful when it comes to banning Asmongold or any action taken against Asmongold, because doing anything to him will look bad for Twitch and good for Kick. Not to mention that Asmongold doing this as one of the biggest streamers to ever do this is going to start having other people start multi-streaming as well to follow him, right? I know Tectone's going to do the same thing because Asmongold's starting it. That means that there's going to be more people streaming to their competitors. And basically, I think Twitch is going to 100% entirely regret allowing streamers to multi-stream, because I think it's going to funnel people to their competitors, and they're going to see that their competitors are more competent than they are. I mean, even just this week, Twitch has announced that they're going to allow people to rewind VODs in real time, a feature that's always been available on YouTube and a feature that Kick has as well, but Twitch is going to lock it behind a paywall. If that isn't just the cherry on top, the future is not looking good for Twitch, and it's looking better every day for Kick. So what do you guys think? Is this going to be good for Asmongold? Are you going to watch him on Kick, or are you going to stick with Twitch? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about Asmongold once again. This time, Asmongold actually released what he earned on Kick from just 2 streams, and the amount of money he made is astronomical. But before we get to that, let's get a little background in place. Asmongold recently decided he was going to multi-stream to Kick alongside Twitch in an effort to help him build up a platform where he could go should something happen on Twitch, like for instance him getting banned, or if Twitch bans politics, because Asmongold is increasingly worried about the leadership and direction at Twitch. This led to him and a bunch of other streamers, we'll get to that later, moving over to Kick and starting to do multi-streams on Kick. They're still streaming on Twitch, but they're also streaming on Kick. Now, Asmongold decided that he's going to be very open with how much money he makes on Kick, and because of that, he's decided that he's just going to show everybody how much money he made. So without further ado, let's see how much Asmon made.
Two of them. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god! Oh no! Oh my god, bro! What is this? You don't know, Panda. I did, yo, bro. Like, somebody gotta show it. Somebody gotta say it. I know Tectone was talking about multiplicatives. I'm looking at numbers. I show you the fucking graph. You want to see the graph? We put it down. So there it is. That's 2 days. That's 2 motherfucking days. Oh my god. And that's not even being exclusive to Kick. That's insane, right? And so anyway, yeah, I think maybe that's why I was thinking about, like, yeah, donate $2,000 that time I die in Dark Souls. Like, that's not really a big deal. That's whatever. And yeah. And anyway, does that include the partner program? Yeah. Yeah, it does. And there it is. It shows everything. And estimated income, I think the monthly is estimated. No, it's not estimated. They show, let me see if I can show this. Let me go back and double check. Yes. I don't know if I can show this. Too bad.
That's right, folks. Asmongold made $36,000 on Kick. Almost $37,000 in just 2 streams. And the interesting thing is, where Asmon says, does this include the partner program? This is only the partner program income. This number right here does not include his subscriptions. That's right. Asmongold made like $17,000, $18,000 a stream on Kick. And that's because of the way that the Kick partner program is structured. You just get more money. Kick has a 95-5 partner split on subscriptions, which aren't included here, and they've also recently announced, and this is what Asmongold's showing, that based on the amount of hours you stream and the amount of viewers you have for that time, Kick will pay streamers an hourly rate. So Asmongold, the reason that both of his streams that he shows here have very similar values, one of them he got paid $17,000, one of them he got paid $19,000. The difference between them is one of them was an hour longer than the other, and Kick pays on an hourly basis based on your average viewers, which means if you're a streamer Asmongold's size, you're getting paid a ton just to stream and help Kick grow their audience. Now, of course, that does scale down, right? Smaller streamers aren't making this much, obviously, but they're still making more than they would on Twitch, which I think is the best part here, that other creators seeing Asmongold making this absurd amount in just 2 streams, where he's not even exclusively on Kick. These streams were also streamed on Twitch, and about half of his viewer base was on Twitch. So just imagine if he had everybody watching him on Kick, how much money he would make. And because of that, because of Asmongold's success, we're going to see a lot more creators start to move over to Kick, or at least multi-streaming on Kick. And as part of that, we actually can take a look at what Tectone said. Tectone here put up a tweet saying that so far in 48 hours, I have convinced and helped over 55 creators begin multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And there's more to come. I don't care how you feel about me. This isn't about me. This is about not letting platforms form monopolies to where they can unequally enforce their TOS as they see fit. This is about not letting companies get away with making consumers pay for features they get on other platforms for free. IDC who you are, I'm down to help any streamer. If you are above 100 CCV, DM me and I'll help you get started and help you get fast-tracked to partner on Kick. And I think this is actually a good statement because it kind of shows exactly what Asmongold's doing as well. The reason that they're propping up Kick, the reason that they're trying to multi-stream is 1, to help them build a place where they can go if something happens to Twitch, but 2, because it can help force Twitch to change. If Twitch starts feeling market pressures, which they haven't felt in years, and people start leaving Twitch to go to Kick, Twitch is going to have to change. They're going to have to deal with all the problems people have, mainly their enforcement team, because the big difference between Twitch and Kick, number 1 is how much money you can make, but the other one is the moderation. Kick has famously lax moderation and lets you get away with most things as long as they're not egregious, and that being such a big selling point on Kick could eventually force Twitch to do the same thing. It could force Twitch to be equal in their enforcement of the rules. It could do all sorts of things to Twitch, but what's important is right now Twitch is on the back foot. Kick is gaining market share at an astonishing rate, and you know the people at Twitch have to be panicking internally. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Asmongold getting paid $36,000 is a bit too much? Do you think that it makes sense? And do you think that it's going to have an effect on Twitch in the future? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.